Hi, I'm Meryl Key, and this is my mystery school. This is the Heart of Tarot series, where we go through the entire tarot deck from start to finish with everything you need to know about tarot. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any uploads. And if you want to support my channel, a like, share, comment goes down really well. Thank you. This is number 6 in our series, where we continue the first line of the Fool's Journey, looking at the cards in the Major Arcana from number 5, the Heirophant, right through to the Chariot. Stay around at the end because we'll do a review and also do some reading so you can get to know your cards. Get your cards ready, get your journals out, and step into the heart of tarot. Major Arcana Part 1, from the Heirophant through to the Chariot. Having met the Earth Father and the Earth Mother, the Fool is now ready to move up and beyond. And for that, the Fool is looking for a conduit to the higher levels. And the conduit is the Heirophant. The Heirophant is sometimes called the Pope card because he is the link between heaven and earth. It's the Heirophant that teaches us about ethics and morality. Having learned the earthly goods, we now need to look up higher. And the Heirophant represents that halfway point. The Fool has now met its earth parents, the Emperor and the Empress. It's had the call through the Magician. It's gone inwardly with the High Priestess. But now it needs to bring those together and form a belief system. And that's where the Heirophant steps in. The key words for the Heirophant are education, culture, higher learning, religion, forming a bridge between opposites. Let's look at this card in detail. It's a number 5, the number of change, the number of instability. 5 is a pentagram, and pentagrams want to move. They want to roll like a tumbleweed. Wherever there's the number 5, we know we're halfway through the journey. Like the High Priestess, we've got the columns that indicate we have to step through something. And these columns are very different to the High Priestess card. They're very solid and stable, and he sits in front of them. No veil behind him. The red robe that's shown up in the other cards is now ornate, and a very ornate crown. The keys represent the key to heaven, though I would read this as the keys to education, to learning, to higher knowledge. We have the servants here, decorated with the roses and the lilies that we saw in the Magician. The Heirophant is the card where the inner world and the outer worlds have to come together. You can see the Fool is met with spirituality, with the spiritual mother. This is the spiritual father. It means in order to progress, we need to match our inner values with how we're putting it outside. Again, this is reiterating that law of as above, so below. It's a confusing card for some because it looks quite religious. And it is called the Pope card. But I see the Heirophant as that bridge between the two worlds. It's not the discipline and sparseness and order of the Emperor. It's something that says you need a process. You need help or you need guidance. You need the keys. Our as above, so below pose is now both pointing at heaven, indicating the way to move forward. When the Heirophant comes up in your reading, it's about looking to see the belief systems behind the development of the story. You may need education, you may need keys, you may need process, because the Heirophant represents the systems and the laws and the culture that govern the progress of your journey. The Heirophant asks you to connect to the higher self in order to find your place. It's almost like you need a blessing, And sometimes it means you have to expand your beliefs in order to get it. It calls for integrity, because if you make that move with an imbalanced sense of self, you can really do damage to yourself inwardly. Have you had a time where you're having to follow process and new laws, new customs in order to get through? Having formed belief systems, the Fool is now ready to meet with the other. Just for a moment, just pause your video, look at your own lover's card or check this one here and write your first impressions. Let's have a good look at this card. We've got the two figures, open, naked. The woman is looking up. This is Gabrielle, the archangel of communication, the one that gives the call. His wings are red and fiery. The sun is burning down on them. Everything's open, transparent, bright. The man is looking over at the woman. Both of them have their arms in a gesture of not really knowing what to do next. Over here, we've got the snake climbing up the tree of knowledge and the tree of life. Not only is this snake linking us to the magician's belt, it also represents the offering from Lilith, the first woman, to retain the knowledge that we are equal and true union, true communication, healthy communication and right relationship comes with equality. This is the choice, and the choice Eve has is knowledge. This is looked down by the guardian angel, and they know if they commit to this journey, they've got a long road and even a mountain to climb. The cloud here representing the changes that will have to happen in order to come together. The cloud also brings messages, news and growth. The Lovers is a number 6. It's a number of harmony. It's the 3 that brings union with another 3, bringing collaboration. And you can see the 6s of the deck. They're all about relating or success, moving forward, moving back, or balancing the relationships. 6 is a number of healing, of compassion, of sacrifice and caring. The key words for the Lovers are harmony, relationship, commitment, choice. There's a choice that comes with this card. It's the part of the journey when the Fool is recognizing in order to know himself, he needs to see himself reflected through the eyes of the other. It's also the card of romance, marriage, an affair, and any part where there's commitments and shaking of hands, where there's duties and obligations that have been signed off. This is the card for all of those relationships. It's a pretty happy card. The last card in the first line of the Fool's journey is the Chariot. Just for a moment, pause the video and write your own impressions of what you see in the Chariot card. Having made a commitment and seen himself through the eyes of the other, the Fool is now ready to meet the Chariot, the card of conflict, of trying to bring opposites together. The Chariot is a card of movement, of progress, of getting balanced, getting prepared, getting your armour on, aiming for what you want and going for it. If we look at the symbols in the Chariot, we can see this polarity. He's got the 2 sphinxes pulling in opposite directions, representing black and white, white and black. The microcosm is the macrocosm, and the charioteer has to harness those energies in order to move forward. He has the crescent moons on his armour and an 8-pointed star at his head. This star comes up again with the star card. The Chariot here also has the wand in his hand, similar to the magician, but instead of drawing down the will from heaven, the charioteer has all the strength right here in front of him. There's water in the background, indicating the emotions, and the city far off in the distance. This sense of having come from civilization and got the knowledge, some sort of sophistication, the ability to make action, get resolve and have results. The yellow background, giving us that sense of confidence, of assurity, of the intellect, mentality. The number 7 is the number of completion. There's 7 days in a week. At the time, there were 7 planets visible in the sky. 7 is the number 4 of stability and 3 of creation. And you can see that's quite dynamic. 7 is the number of what we know, but then a cycle that begins again. And this is the Chariot. It really knows what he knows. His pose is relaxed, although he's in this very sort of wobbly, canopy, kind of theatrical chariot. Keywords for the Chariot card: triumph and victory, success, conflict as we said, confidence, self-assertion. It's a card of ambition, direction and focus. It's a card of overcoming obstacles. It's very strong, very centered, very balanced. The Sphinxes are the riddle. Which way to go? This is the conflict, and the charioteer has to have the strength and the straight vision, see a very clear, straight, direct view to get on with it. We can see opposites coming together and that dual nature, having to find a place of balance. The Chariot is a card of movement, so if it comes up in a reading, things are really moving forward. The main thing is that you've united opposites, you're bringing in success, you've got your ambitions ready and focused, and it's a very directed card. Out of balance, the Chariot can be really snaky, argumentative, aggressive, off balance, unhinged. So important with the Chariot, unite the opposites in order to move forward. In your journal, write down the situation where you feel blocked, where you need Chariot energy to get you moving, get you focused. What preparation have you done or do you need to do? Have you let go of your fears and balanced your hopes? Have you checked you've got the right equipment and the right sophisticated strategies and knowledge? When you have these things, you feel confident and ready to make a move. Write in your journal how the Chariot would advise you to unblock your blockage. Let's just run through the first line, just so you can get it in your mind. Don't forget, you can pause the video at any time just to write your own notes and your own impressions, and these will become a really important part of how you learn and how you connect with the cards. Our first card, number 0, the protagonist, the Fool. Number 0, initiation. Number 1, the Magician, willpower. Number 2, the High Priestess, intuition. Number 3, the Empress, creativity. Number 4, the Emperor, structure. Number 5, the Heirophant, belief systems. Number 6, the Lovers, unity. Number 7, the Chariot, triumph and victory. The Fool is awakened, takes the step off the precipice, hears the call, goes within, gathers resources, gathers discipline and structure, gets a blessing and forms a belief, finds union and relationship, and then meets challenge. Just using your majors from the first line, the Fool, through to the Chariot card. Shuffle them up and we'll do a read. We'll do a spread. Simple 3-card spread. I've shuffled these. Our first card, first position. What do I know? The second position, what I don't know. And the final position, what action do I need to take for the highest outcome? What I know. What I know is the Empress is there. I have the resources. I'm in abundance. There's new beginnings and creativity. There's something waiting to be born, and this is the time of ripeness. What I don't know, that I need to look at what I'm prepared to commit to. The Lovers means I need to find relationships with others and form that commitment, but it's a long journey. The action for the highest outcome, the Magician. I need to take control. I need to be self-directed. I need to be careful of the alliances that this collaboration may bring. Remember, the Magician is sometimes a con man. So I have to be careful what I'm manifesting. And I have the resources, but the journey may be longer and more difficult than what I realised. Set an intention in mind and try this yourself. What I know, what I don't know, and action I need to take for the highest outcome. We'll continue with part 2 of the journey, the stage where the Fool starts to have the awakening and becomes a chrysalis rather than this empty potential blundering around on the surface of the earth. It's a very crunchy line and we'll break it up into a few sections. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss out. And thanks for watching this one. I'm Meryl Key and this is my Mystery School. Find me on Instagram at my_mystery school or on my website www.merylkey.com. See you in the next one.